All right, this is better. I think I can. Oh my gosh, what is happening? See, this is all learning for me. Oh, here we go. All right, sorry guys. This is, I think I figured it out. There we go.
Yay!
Okay, sorry. I couldn't figure it out on my my computer. So here we are.
I have no idea how to do it either. I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know how to do this either.
I'm so glad you're here. So for those of you that don't know, first of all, welcome. This is Alana. So Alana is my coach's coach. So the beauty of this business is you have ample amount of resources. You have so many people on your team that are here to help you and encourage you to be better, do better, and give you the tools to get there. So today we're going to kind of talk to you about, the pink elephant. You saw my post earlier about network marketing, what it is, how we work this business, how we, started and where we're at now. So Alana is going to tell you a bit about how long she's been doing this and how she got started. So welcome, Alana. I will give you the...
So official. Hi, everyone. So yes, I have been coaching a little over 6 years now. So I'm just going to give you like quick little backstory. We'll try to keep it brief. I love to talk. I get so excited about this, but I really started this business for myself. Even before I decided to join a business, I was just working on myself. So I had some baby weight to lose. I had 2 boys. They're a little under 2 years apart. And I was just not into fitness. And I know like any other busy moms can relate. If you're a working mom, like you're working, you're trying to keep a house together, you have a husband, you have kids. Getting to the gym was like so low on the list. It was just not on the list because I wasn't into fitness and I didn't know what to do at the gym. It was intimidating to me and I could barely pee without my kids, at my feet. So the idea of getting to the gym or like having to wake them up in the morning and putting them in the daycare was just not an option for me. So I started working out from home. Before I found these programs, it was like I was trying to just find free stuff on YouTube and my cable on demand. I was just kind of like wishy-washy. I found an accountability group that was like a virtual group. It was other women trying to do this too. I started working out from home. It was the longest I had ever stuck with something. Started to lose weight, started to feel really good. I remember like going to work, felt like the end of this, like, why do I feel so good? So people started asking me, like they started seeing that I was carrying myself differently. My clothes were fitting different, like I was looking different, acting different. So people started asking what I was doing and I started telling them about what I was doing. And it wasn't until I saw my coach who had invited me into this virtual accountability group for my own fitness and nutrition. She shared something similar to what Chelsea and I are doing right now. And she was talking about how she also had 2 boys, she lost some baby weight, and she was talking about how she turned it into a business and an income. And she was working on retiring her husband from his job. And I was like, what? So I kind of just like scrolled on by on Facebook and I was like, no way. And I found myself every day, I would go back and like see what she was doing. And she was showing herself working out and she would go to work. And it was like her working in her office at home and building this business. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go learn about it. Like people are asking me about this anyway. What is this about? So I went, I learned about it. And I like basically, she just told me that it was sharing my own journey, sharing my excitement for it, and inspiring other people to come and do it with me. So I was already having conversations with people. I was already sending people to my coach and saying, this is what I'm doing, come do it with us. But I wasn't getting compensated for it. So I jumped in. I was like, heck yes, sign me up. Now, anyone who like knows me, you guys don't know me personally, a lot of you, but I am not like a super outgoing. I'm not like, I didn't have a lot of confidence. My social media was literally complaints about my commute to work, which was like an hour and a half each way from home in downtown Boston. I was working in human resources and I would share like pictures of my kids. that was my social media. I don't know, maybe I had like 300 friends on Facebook. So here was my coach telling me that I was going to start sharing publicly. I was going to post like selfies and share my life on social media. And I was like, oh my God. And I started to second guess myself. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But I had to just like really dig back and think like, what made me so excited about this? It was how I felt, how amazing I felt, and knowing that there were so many other moms out there who could really, really benefit from this too. And I just had to get out of my own head and push forward and start posting. And that's what I did. I just put my life out there publicly on social media, and I started building this business. It was probably 2 years, and I should probably caveat this entire conversation by inserting income disclaimer. This business opportunity doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. You have to work, you have to show up consistently before you're really going to see an income. So that being said, 2 years in, I left my part-time HR job. I came home to my kids, focused on coaching full-time. I have replaced my income times like 3 now. I'm looking out at a pool that we just put in our backyard, like just all these things that are happening because of this business. And it's just such an incredible blessing for my family and I. So that's kind of like in a quick little nutshell where I started and how I got to where I am now. Did I miss anything? Is there anything else?
No, that was perfect. Thank you so much. I think it's so hard to like see people on social media now, like say somebody just added you or I as a friend and you see our lives now.
Yeah.
It's hard to see like where we came from, right? So you were taking an hour and a half commute into Boston to your job, you know, with 2 little boys. You know, for me, I was waitressing at night so that I could be home with my kids during the day, getting very, very little sleep. So it's easy to see people now and be like, oh, well, you know, it was easy for them. But like you said, it started with the decision that you wanted to make a change in your life and having the people and the tools and support to get you there. So for you now, what would you say like a typical day looks like for you, working the business, being a mom, doing the things?
Yep. So a typical day now is I wake up, it's the same exact thing as even when I was working. I wake up early in the morning, like by 5:30-ish. I get my workout in. I press play on my workout while doing my morning routine first. I'm drinking my pre-workout. I'm doing some journaling. I'm, writing down affirmations, gratitude, things that I'm grateful for. Working on my mindset and me first, do my workout, get my kids up, get them fed and off to school. Both of my kids are in school now. When I started this business, they weren't. So like, just because you see where my life is now, it did not always look this way. My kids were 2 and 4 when I started this business. So things looked very different then. But I get them off to school. I come home, get myself ready for the day, and I come upstairs. I'm in like a little makeshift office space because my husband now works from home as well since last year. So I kind of got booted out of my actual office and created a little space. And I sit down here and I usually work from about 9 to 1, I would say. Have a quick lunch, go pick my kids up from school, and then it's kind of the mom hat goes on, and the day just kind of goes from there. Like sometimes my kids want to hang out with me and do stuff. Other times, we're having play dates or sitting at a playground while my kids play. Or if they're out and they're playing and I have more time, I sit down and I might work a little bit more. Back when I was actually working a corporate job and starting this business on the side and doing all the things at once, it was more like that hour and a half commute, instead of sitting on there and closing my eyes 2 hours after I just woke up because I was not taking care of myself and just energy was zapped. I would take naps on the train. And then once I started my business, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some business building activities. I can read some self-development and work on my mindset. I started using my time much more efficiently, rather than like taking a lunch break with friends at work out in Boston. I would book a conference room and I would go sit and work on trainings. Again, my commute home, I would do work instead of just sitting and scrolling social media for an hour. I would come home and, put my kids to bed, and then I would sit down on the couch instead of binge watching Netflix. We literally just got Netflix last year. I was so out of the loop with everything happening on TV because I used that time to work my business. I'd sit down with my laptop on the couch at night for an hour or 2 until I went to bed and built my business. And that's literally how I did it. But I saw those little sacrifices. I think too often people, again, like they see the success that I've had now and they want it like that, but they don't see those 3, 4, 5 years that it took of those sacrifices to get here. And a lot of people aren't willing to make those sacrifices. Like, it's definitely not for everyone, but if you're a hard worker and you're a go-getter and you have your eye on that long-term freedom and flexibility and you're willing to make those sacrifices, it can be life-changing.
If you hadn't made those sacrifices, what do you think your life would look like right now?
I don't know. I'd probably be working for someone else still. And I hated reporting to someone else. I hate having a boss. I hate being told what to do. Like the best part for me now is just the freedom to make my own schedule. Like, Chelsea and I talk and we schedule calls like this, but if I, like yesterday, I went and got my hair done at 10:30 in the morning, or, my husband and I ran to Costco on Monday afternoon just because we could. And that freedom and flexibility is everything to me. So that for sure is my fire. Every day I wake up and I'm like, I get to decide what I do today because I made those sacrifices to get me where I am. Otherwise, even like the last probably year and a half that I was working my corporate job, I did have the flexibility to work from home. They had approved work from home arrangements for me, but it was so different than working from home for yourself, because I would rush to pick up my kids. I'd have to tell someone where I was going, rush to pick my son up who was in like pre-K or something. He'd want to go and play at the park after school with friends. And I'd be like, Mom has to get home. I have a call. I got to get home. And I'd be rushing around and I'd be like shoving candy at my kids. I'm like, just be quiet. Mom has one more hour of calls. Or I'd have to hire a babysitter and just, everyone was like, oh, you're living the dream. It's a part-time job and you get to work from home. And I was like, oh, this is the dream. Like, I don't know. Someone wake me up, because that was not how I wanted to live. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that so much in so many ways. It is different to be your own boss and make your own schedule. For me, it gives me that, like right now, my daughter's taking a nap. My kids get home from school. There's no work for me until, if there was something that came up and I was pushing for something, then I would do it. But it is all about sacrifices. And I think, even with our own health and fitness, it's the same thing, and people forget that, if you want to have more energy, if you want to feel better and feel confident, then you need to make sacrifices, right? You need to wake up a little earlier if your schedule doesn't allow you to work out at night, or you need to, give up that cupcake so that you can, whatever it may be. It's all about sacrifices. And I think like so many people feel so lost in the world because they don't allow themselves to make those sacrifices. They're like going, and their eyes are just, I don't know.
And it's consistency for sure. It's the same exact thing with our health and fitness. And this is what we do with our clients all day, every day, is we talk about consistency over time. Like that is literally your superpower, consistency over time. And it's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen in 3 months usually, or 6 months. It's a marathon. Like it's not a sprint. And I think people just get impatient and discouraged. And that's why there's such a big fallout rate. And I think, with network marketing, that's why it gets that bad rap, is because people lose patience and they see the success of the people who are at, chapter 10, and they want it in their chapter 1. And it just doesn't. It's the same with our fitness. It doesn't work like that. It takes time.
Right. But they could also be spending that time working in their corporate job, not going up, just staying like that.
Yep.
To me, that's what so rewarding is, I'm plugging away and I'm doing the things. I'm 3 years in, and I'm doing better than I was in my full-time job, but it's taken work and consistency and discipline. So yeah.
Yep.
I forget what else I was going to ask you. So I'm going to be going on, and this is also the beauty of it. So I'm taking my family on vacation on Friday. We're going down to Florida. So we do weekly team calls for all of our coaches. We are constantly mentoring them and giving them all the tools. So having somebody like Alana and I, in the relationship we have, she'll take over the calls or whatever when I'm away, and vice versa. So it is an amazing group of women that help and support one another. Most moms or working women, people that just want to be better, do better, and not stay stagnant. So do you have anything else you think?
Just one other thing. So I started to just touch on it a little bit, but with network marketing, where it gets this bad rap, I think, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. Again, people see the success, they want it right away, but so many people come into network marketing and go about it the wrong way. And that's what gives the bad rap for network marketing, when really all it is, we're all network marketing every single day. If you're sitting down and you're having coffee with a girlfriend and you're like, oh my God, I found these jeans and I love them. They're the best jeans ever. You have to go get them. and your girlfriend runs out to whatever store and grabs them, you don't get paid for her going to grab the jeans. Or you're like, oh, my hairdresser's amazing, you have to go see her. Like, your hairdresser's going to make money, but you don't make money. Network marketing is compensating you for sharing something you love. So I think it's really important that you feel passionate about whatever company you decide to partner with. For me, like, I literally loved the way that I felt. And I was like, oh my God, so, like, this turned me into someone who feels like positive and excited about fitness. Like, everyone needs to know about this. But if you don't feel excited about it, it doesn't come from a genuine, authentic place. And I think that's where network marketing gets kind of that bad rap, is these people come in, they want to make a quick buck, and they're just trying to promote whatever the heck it is. Instead of, like, you know, we're teaching our new coaches who come in and join our team that you're building a brand. Like, you're showing people your lifestyle, and it's more than just health and fitness. So, and it's different for everyone. Like, maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a dog mom, maybe you love hiking, like all these different things. And we talk so much more about this. We have a closed informational group. So if you're thinking about this and you're watching and you're kind of curious and the light bulbs are going off, I would highly encourage you to come into our closed informational group. We get into a lot more detail about, like, actual income, how we earn it, our actual income progressions. But I just think that, you know, you're actually network marketing a lot more than you think. You're just not getting paid for it. And you have to just get out of your own head and out of your own way. And we do a ton of mindset work as well to help you with that. Because, like I said, I was not an overly confident, I'm not super outgoing. Like, I was always that kind of shy, timid girl. But, like, anyone can do this if you actually just put your head down and you're coachable, you're willing to learn, follow our guidance, and put in the work. Like, that's really all it comes down to. And fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but network marketing has made the most female millionaires than any other industry. And there's no such thing as a pay gap between genders in network marketing. So you're not competing with, like, Bob in the next cubicle over for the promotion. You're not waiting for Mr. Boss Man or Boss Woman to give you that 2 or 3% raise. Like, it's all up to you, which again is that double-edged sword, because you have to be self-disciplined and self-motivated to go out there and do it, because no one's looking over your shoulder and, like, slapping your hand if you miss a deadline. It's very different than the corporate world, but it can be different in, like, an amazing, incredibly, like, awesome way. So
Yeah, I think that's also why, you know, some people give up before the magic happens, because they don't have that person on their back saying, you know, do this, do that. You know, it's, you're in charge of your own successes, and you have to be disciplined. And I think it's so amazing that this company, you know, the first thing that they ask you to do is be your best self, right? You get into the best shape of your life. You focus on mindset through personal development. Your leaders and mentors are bringing you up, lifting you up, not pushing you down. Like, I know when I worked in the corporate world, it was, like, super competitive. Like, everybody was, like, gunning for the promotion and the job. And it felt suffocated. And this, it's like, okay, you get to be in the best shape of your life, and just share that with the world. And right now, with the obesity rate and everything going on with COVID and the sicknesses, like, people need their health more than anything, you know, and we get to spread that to people. We get to teach people self-love. We get to give people confidence, like, all of the things. And I think, like, it kills me when people don't give themselves a chance because Sally down the road quit before the magic happened. Or Sally did, you know, she worked out every single day but didn't focus on her nutrition, and she quit because she didn't get results, and then told everybody it didn't work. Well, you have to do all of it, right? You can't just, and if there's any trainers or anybody, you know, like, you can't just work out and eat like crap, right? You can't just show up on social media and then not have conversations with people. It's all together, and we literally show you everything. Like, if you want to have a successful life and run a successful business, you will have the tools to do it. But again, it's going to be up to you to have the discipline to actually do the things. But if you do, you make small sacrifices right now, your life could be beyond its wildest dreams. Like, Alana messaged me the other day, and she's like, oh, sorry, I'm not working today. I'm taking an improv vacation. And they went and rented a beach house thing. Like, you know, that's the flexibility that we had. She put on her vision board, how many years ago? 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
probably.
Yeah, that she wanted an in-ground pool and all the things, and now she's building it, and she gets to watch her kids jump into the pool every day when they get home from school. She gets to read her book with her feet in the pool and the sunshine coming down on her face. Like, those are the things that drive me. You know, I look at the life that I have, where I came from, my husband and I, homeless, this, no money in our pockets, to having the dream to say, you know, I want to do something different, not just for me, but for my kids. I want to do something different for, you know, their kids, and from generation to generation. So we saw this opportunity, and he said, you know what, go for it. I know it's not anything in that you've ever done before, but I believe in you, and I know you can do anything you set your mind to. And that's what I did. And on the days that I don't feel like doing it, or on the days that I get discouraged, or I feel like crap, or, you know, someone says a mean thing to me, I have Alana, I have Christy, I have all of the people on my team telling me that you are here for a reason, and look at the lives that you change, and just keep showing up. Don't stop. And, you know, the lives that we've impacted, you know, my life wouldn't be where it is right now if Alana hadn't started, right? And that's the ripple effect that we get to offer. You know, my coaches' lives wouldn't be where they are if I said no. And how selfish of us to not give ourselves a chance and allow other people to have this life just by us saying no.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading in the comments, and I absolutely, I love this. Actually, Danielle was actually somebody that found me on Instagram, right? And we were talking through email, and she was like anti MLM. She's like, that's not that pyramid thing, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, like she said, like, I didn't sell her a product. I sold her me, and, you know, what I had to offer. And that's the beauty of this. We get to build our own brand around it. And now she's thriving. She's focused on her personal development. Her mindset has changed so much. Her life has changed. She just bought a new house and all the things. So that's the beauty that we get through this business.
Absolutely. Yep.
So do you have anything else you want to touch on?
I don't think so. I would just encourage people, like, if you're watching or if you're seeing this later, and again, like, come into our closed info group. We hop in there live a handful of times each month, and we just drop new content in there. So I would highly encourage you to come in and learn some more. Like I said, we get into just a different level of detail than we do like publicly here. So
yeah, we'll talk about money and how you make it and things that you do. So definitely join the group. If you have any questions, send either of us a message. But we're rooting for you, and that we hope that you guys decide to make changes in your life. So thank you, Alana.
all right, thank you for having me.
All right, bye-bye. Have a
Bye.
good day.